Hey y'all, so it's your girl Robin, and I'm coming to y'all with like a parent's issue. I kind of want to get feedback and know like what you guys would do in this situation that I'm going to describe. Now I'm dealing with kindergartners. So my daughter started kindergarten this year, and so my neighbor, her daughter's going to the same school, and she started kindergarten. Well, I take my daughter to school, and I now take her daughter as well. And it started because she wanted her daughter to ride the bus, and I guess she rode it twice, and she was not happy with it. She just wasn't comfortable on the bus. She didn't know anybody. She was probably scared. And, I understand. So she asked, and I was like, yeah, that's no problem. I'm going anyway. You're just across the street. I'm taking my daughter anyway. So, yeah, she can come over. You just drop her off before you go to work. And I'll take them both on. And so we agreed on that. And she has now, like, on days when she's off, if it's like throughout the week, she'll just take them so that I don't. And I just take my son to daycare. Excuse me. Sorry, I've got a bit of a cold or whatever. I sound pretty bad and I probably look pretty bad, but I don't feel as bad as I sound or look. But anyway. So, Friday, she brought her daughter over. And I've noticed that this little girl kind of has a issue with people talking to her or telling her something. Like, she just doesn't listen very well. She's not a bad kid, but she obviously has a problem with listening. And see, things like that I don't like with kids. I don't. And I teach my children, when someone's talking to you, you respond, yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir. Be mannerable. Be a child and a well-mannered child. Act like you have home training, because you do. And I'm not saying that this little girl does not. I'm not saying that. But she's just... Well, her mom says she's very headstrong, just very bullheaded. And I can see it. Well, my daughter wasn't going to school Friday. And I didn't get a chance to get over there to tell her, because I had to pick my daughter up the day before because she got sick at school. And she wasn't sick. I don't know why she threw up, but nonetheless, she couldn't go to school Friday. They want them to be out for 24 hours. So, I was like, she brought her, and the little girl was already crying, and she was already upset. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm thinking, she'll calm down, she'll be fine, she's gonna cry a little while longer, probably, yes, but she'll be okay. I was so wrong. I was so wrong. I was so wrong. This little girl cried the whole time she was at the house. Her mom dropped off at like about 6:30, I think. Yeah, it was probably about 6:30. And I could tell that that was a little earlier than she normally does. Normally it's like 6:45, 6:50. But I could tell she probably was stressed. She was just frustrated. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and take you over there. And that wasn't a problem for me. I mean, she's just across the street. It wasn't a big deal. But most kids, they usually will kind of calm down. No. And there was no consoling her. There was no getting her to calm down. She was kind of just whimpering for a while. Then she fully just blew back up again and was full-blown crying. And I was like, after a while, I was like, okay, I'm tired of hearing this little girl crying. I don't like hearing that. So I was like, okay, Mackenzie, that's enough. Oh, I didn't really mean to say little girl's name. But I was like, okay, that's enough. Get over it. Calm down. She did not. When we were leaving, I finally was like, okay, we got to go. I got to get her to school. I couldn't take it. I was like, we got to go. She was full-blown yelling, and she just yelling and screaming, I want my granny. And I was like, no ma'am, you got to go. And I almost took her back across the street to her granny, but I was like, no, that's probably what she wants. But her mama brought her over here so she can go to school, and go to school she shall. Because I'm a tough love type of, I'm that way, period. But especially with kids, I love you, I'll nurture you, kisses, hugs, and hugs. But you're going to do what you're supposed to do. It's just that simple. So I get her in the car. She's kicking. She didn't want to buckle up. I had my daughter buckle her up. She unbuckled her seatbelt at one point, wouldn't buckle back up. And I was just like, okay, whatever. I'm just going to, we were in the school zone by that time. So we're driving slow. And I just was like, whatever. We get to the school. She didn't want to get out the car. I had to literally get out, go around, pick her, unbuckle her, well, she wasn't buckled. Had to pick her up and put her on the sidewalk. And so I was like, go on. I felt like I was trying to encourage a puppy. Like if you've had to get rid of a dog. And you're like, go on, little puppy. Get out of here. That's what I felt like I was doing. I had to pull over and park because she stood there crying. And this other kid's walking by like, what is going on? Are you okay? No, she ain't okay. I walked her into the school and gave her to the assistant principal. I was like, look, this is not my child. This is my neighbor. She's going on to work. Her mom's going on to work. I don't know what you're going to do, but she's upset. She had a little argument or something with her sister. And let me tell you why. She had she had lost or done something to her big sister's cell phone. So her sister took her backpack. So she was very distraught. She was extremely distraught. You know, that was a big deal for her. I get it. But, honey, she didn't want to listen. And her mom was like, she would have done the same thing with me. Okay. Now, her mom's not a bad mom. I think her mom's a great mom. I don't agree with necessarily her approach. I may not agree with the way she handles things. But those are her children. She's more than welcome to, you know, discipline or do whatever she feels necessary for her children. But she, you know, she kind of let it be known that they're like that at school, and that's just that they don't listen, that they're very bullheaded, and that's it. She was like, I have to pretty much curse them out. I was like, yeah, I'm not about to be calling your child. I'm not about to be like, come here, you little motherfucker. Come here, you little bitch. I'm not going to do that. I am not about to do that. That is not going to be my approach. I mean, I understand that may work for you, but I'm not going to be able to do that, ma'am. Okay? But needless to say, I just was like, you know, I don't mind helping. She's a single mama. I'm a single mama. And I like kids. I don't mind. But I fully expect a child, when you come to my care, you're going to have to listen. And if you can't, you got to go. Like, that's just it. But I just want to know, like, what would you have done in that case? What would you have done in that situation? Because my daughter was looking at her like, Mama. And I was like, you know, she laughed too. She laughed at her. Her mom was like, yeah, she should have laughed. Because that was ridiculous. But I mean, I don't know. I don't like to be critical of other parents and the way that they parent. Because I don't want anyone doing that to me. And again, she's not a bad mother. She's a great mom. Again, I just don't necessarily agree with her approach. But I don't live her life. I'm not in her house. Her children seem happy, healthy, all that. But I'm just not going to curse them out. So, you guys, if you